So for Raw, I'm just gonna give the short version for this.
One of the best Raws we saw in months.
What? Well, yeah.
I'll say it's one of the best Raws this year. Probably not the best, but it was a good Raw. I'm only gonna give what I saw on Hulu, which was the 90-minute short version, which I'd rather do instead of watching 3 hours of Raw and just talking about nothing instead of just talking about everything, which a lot of the stuff is not even worth talking about.
I like everything but the Divas match.
Advertisement. Are you tired of watching 3 hour? Are you tired of 3 hour? Are you tired of watching 3 hour Raws? Yeah. Are you tired of watching segments of matches that don't make any sense or don't have any purpose? Yeah. No. Well, how about you go on Hulu for free to watch the 90-minute version of Raw where you see...
Hulu's not free. Hulu Plus. It's Hulu Plus.
No, I'm making it up. Where you get to watch the 90-minute version of Raw for free on Hulu, which with all the stuff that actually makes sense and actually matters. Go on Hulu today.
No. Yeah. Or sign up for Hulu Plus, because I did that. $7.99 a month. So
first month is free, of course.
Yeah. Well, I think it's first week, actually.
Wow.
One week trial.
But I'm just going to recap what I saw and what kind of did it for me.
Didn't the New Day start off with the first match?
No. Oh, yeah, well, that was the first match, but I'm talking about the promo.
Segment.
Yeah.
The promo.
What started off was Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. It's just everything.
Pissed and upset.
Yeah. I just like to say last week Raw promo, like the go home show before SummerSlam, was the promo by Heyman was just great. The glory, Brock Lesnar. Yeah. That was just great.
And the singing.
I loved it. Yeah. All of that was just great. So they opened off with Paul and Brock. And then what happened? Heyman obviously goes off on what happened and how Brock is in a pissy mood. He wants Taker tonight, but instead we get Bo Dallas.
Holy! Okay, when I was watching this, I was like, okay. When I was watching this, I was like, okay, Bo Dallas, you make him bully, but do not get in the ring. Exactly what he does. He pisses him off, says the most disrespectful things, and walk directly to his face.
Well, that was the whole point.
I know, but I would want to stay at the stage area and tell him and then walk away. But he went right in his face. I gave him credit for that, but he went to Suplex City real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Rest.
But it was just something to entertain and just have Brock, entertain and everything.
Rest in peace, Bo Dallas.
And just everything with like them saying one more time to Bo Dallas, and then the suplexes, the Suplex Cities, and then finally the F5.
Done. He's dead.
Yeah. So all that was fine and good. And next was the New Day defeating the Lucha Dragons, and out comes the Dudley Boys.
Right in the middle of the match.
No, after the match.
Of course, after the match.
Oh, but before we go into that,
wait. Does that technically make that makes some heels? We can do that.
But
people love them.
Before we go into the Dudleys, I just like to say Xavier Woods on the trumpet. That they just gave Xavier Woods a trumpet for the segment, and doing that the whole entire match, that was just gold. That was just pure gold. Funny. And that was funny, and I enjoyed it. I was like, where the hell did he get a trumpet from? But
he knows how to play it too.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That was just funny. That was gold. Not keep doing that or run into the ground, but that was just naturally good. But then we get to the Dudleys coming back, and of course being a fan, I was marking out. What does that say?
Hello, I'm Xavier Woods Trombone, and I'm more over than Reigns.
Oh,
wow,
that's probably true.
When I first saw I was in here, and I saw the firework came up, and I was like, I looked at
I thought that was like at first when the fireworks came up. I thought that was
part of the New Day. I thought that was part of the New Day.
At first when I saw the fireworks, I thought that was like Neville coming out for some reason. I was like, wait, what? Why is Neville coming out? And then all of a sudden I see the Dudley. I was like, holy
shit on the tripod thing,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "Wait, Kenneth," and I was like, "The Dudley boys are back." And he ran off. He was like, "Oh."
Apparently, I was busy, but
And I was like,
so
Wait,
of course, living in ruthless aggression era, I marked out like a madman. I was going crazy. I was like, "Oh my God, it's both guys now, Bubba and Devon." And I was really confused too. I was like, "But
And
isn't
why are
Bully
they
Ray
acting?
in TNA? Like, what's his contract? Like, what's his
Wait,
whole
that's Bully
contract?
Ray?
Is this
and,
yeah?"
Oh.
And possibly the feeling of disappointment, like, oh, Devon, you should have been there for the Royal Rumble earlier this year.
Yeah, but it's like, why? Like, how is Bubba Ray coming back in WWE with Devon? But he was in TNA before, like almost a month ago, I think.
Yeah.
Being
Three-
like I don't understand. Is this like his contract where he goes back and forth with TNA and WWE?
I guess.
Xavier Woods, you're about to go through
But
this
I
table.
love the table. He
in
said,
three,
"Devon, get the
in three
table."
dimensions.
I always wondered that when I was
then the
watching the
3D
matches.
through the table and just all the nostalgia Dudley Boys stuff that they did.
I just love how I was watching something and the Dudley Boys showed up and everything, and they were like, "How come is his name Devon? I think."
Yeah.
Devon, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "How come Devon always has to get the table? How come
Devon!
Bubba can't get the table?"
Get the table!
That was just great.
Oh yeah, our Bradshaw. Oh yeah, our friend Bradshaw attended that run.
Oh, nice. What was next? Then we get to the rematch from SummerSlam. I don't even understand why it's a rematch. I guess because they introduced the new guy that came out. Reigns and Ambrose versus Wyatt. And then we get that new guy coming out.
The
and
Black Sheep chokes out Roman Reigns and then takes out Dean Ambrose.
What was surprising to me is I was like, did this guy go through NXT or not? Because, like,
Braun
how do you go...
Strowman.
What was his name again?
Brian Strowman?
Braun Strowman?
Mystery superstars are now coming back to the WWE.
Oh, and this guy didn't even go through NXT. I'm
Let me see.
surprised. But I mean, whatever. I mean, I guess it kind of sparked a little interest. Anybody?
Oh,
No?
yeah, he's really big. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose tried to come at him at one point, and they couldn't take him off.
Oh, yeah.
He was trained by NXT, WWE Performance Center.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's like
But-
a really big, buff guy.
Yeah, but I
and
never
it's
really...
like, and I never heard of him. They probably do that the training camp, and they just say, "Oh, you look like somebody that'll be in a Wyatt family. We'll put you in a Wyatt family."
Like,
Yeah.
And like bring him
At
in.
first I thought it was Rowan, but it was a new look.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is that Rowan? And then he took off the mask, and it was somebody. I was like,
It's like
wait,
a replacement
who
to
is
Roman.
that?
It's like a replacement to Roman, I guess.
I
He
guess.
has a
Luke
black
Yeah, I
hair.
guess they just couldn't wait for Rowan. They were like, can't you heal faster? And I'm like, no. It was like, beat John Cena, damn it, and heal faster. But then it's like, I'm not John Cena. He's like, oh, forget it. We'll get this other guy.
But he got injured.
Yeah.
But I think he was
I
gonna
feel like
put
that's
him
what they said to him.
the Wyatt family is back. Someone's gotta make that.
Somewhat.
And I was just so.
I mean, I guess if they bring back Rowan, now it's going to be like one huge whole family, 4 members.
Yeah, and when I first saw him, I was like really impressed by his ability, like how strong he was, and how he was just manhandling Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And it was just the only person I saw manhandle Roman Reigns is Brock Lesnar, and I was just like, wow, and he got him. And
Usually,
then
that's what happens when you're bringing up a new guy.
Sister Abigail came in.
They take out everybody. That's why
I
I'm
was-
bringing up a new guy.
And what did he say about
I was
him?
saying to my brother, he's the black sheep. He was saying.
Yeah.
I was saying to my brother when I was watching this, I was like, who is this, Brother Abigail?
No, he said something about Sister Abigail, like Sister Abigail, what something. He said it was Sister Abigail's, like.
Black
somebody.
sheep. It was black sheep. Her black
Oh
sheep.
yeah, black sheep. I was like, oh.
Wait, how did they
Wait, what happened to Sister Abigail? I never heard the story.
There
about
was
Sister
never.
Abigail.
You don't need to. I even forgot about it.
What if at WrestleMania or Hell in a Cell, they actually somehow make a character called Sister Abigail, and they actually have that woman be?
I thought she died
Oh.
though.
Who?
Eva Marie.
No.
Was that it?
But I was actually gonna say the Wyatt family's Rhodey. No, not Rhodey. Sister Abigail. I don't know what her personality is, but I would actually say it could probably be
Alexa Bliss.
Oh, she's with Blake and Murphy.
Emma.
Victoria
Oh.
She's not coming back in WWE whatsoever.
or Mickey James.
She's in
She's in
TNA.
TNA. Well, they kind of killed her off after they threw her in
Bully
the train.
Ray.
After they threw her on the train tracks.
What? She probably doesn't have the same kind of contract as Bully Ray. I mean, I don't know what the whole story is with his contract. It's weird.
Oh, see, no.
I guess I can jump brands, just like Samoa Joe when he had that independent WWE contract.
Maybe. I mean, it does.
But that contract's already expired already, so
Yeah.
that's something different now.
Then we get to Jon Stewart explaining himself, and it was kind of what we touched on. He said he screwed John Cena because he wanted to protect Ric Flair's record of 16 times. I kind of liked how it was kind of explaining himself this way. It was like you saw at SummerSlam when he was just ripping on Paul Heyman when he was talking to him. He was like the streak should have never ended. Brock Lesnar should have lost. It's like he's representing us. He's representing the hardcore fans. It's like he's the spokesman of that hardcore fan base.
Woo!
And then it's like he says it here on Raw. He was speaking for us. He was like, I did not want Cena passing Ric Flair's record. And then all of a sudden Flair comes out.
Which I'm pretty sure saw coming after they talked about it on Miz TV. Did you skip that?
But
Did you?
Wait, did what?
Skip Miz TV with the Divas.
Oh, on the Hulu thing, it wasn't even on there. So I didn't even bother.
Basically, they were talking about the PCB was acting like a hill the way they were talking and everything, and then the Miz was like, Charlotte was like, I learned this from my dad, and he was like, yeah, he taught me the figure four, and she was like, you're just like an embarrassment. He was like, I'm more his legacy. I'm keeping his legacy, and I'm probably surpassing his legacy. And they were like all beating on Miz, and they were like going on the Miz, like they threw the chairs away trying to get ready to beat Miz up, and then that's when the Bellas just attacked him, and that's when the 6 Divas had match.
That doesn't make any sense.
The Bellas
I would have just seen the Miz TV segment. I wouldn't even care about the match.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
Skip it.
Like they're being stupid.
But back to Ric Flair showing up. Then he said you got it all wrong. It's great that you're protecting my legacy, but I wouldn't have mind Cena breaking my record.
He said he wanted to be broken by somebody he could respect.
But then I was like, oh Rick, please don't say this. No, please don't say this.
Unless you paid him to say it.
Say what?
Say I wouldn't. He said it wouldn't have mind. Someone breaking the record that he respected, and that was John Cena. And I was like, please don't say this, please say this from the heart. Please say this from the heart and not with a WWE script that you've memorized all night.
I think it was from the heart.
Or please, if you're saying this, please be because you're drunk again. Please.
WrestleMania 32.
Again?
Yeah, he was drunk on the 2K14 Symposium back in 2013.
WrestleMania 32. John Cena is a 17-time world champion. He broke the record, and Ric Flair's coming out and raising his head.
What do you think?
Please don't give me that image. Please don't give me that image.
Why do you think WrestleMania? He's gonna break that. He's gonna break it now. Anyway, why do you have to say WrestleMania 32? You know he gets title matches every pay-per-view.
So then Cena comes out pissed and he says, "You realize what you've done. You had the WWE, my U.S. titles was up for grabs, and this was my opportunity to showcase people that would challenge for me, and I would continue the U.S. title open challenge. But now I can't do that anymore because you screwed everything up at SummerSlam." And then he AA'd Stewart.
I thought Ric Flair was gonna do the figure.
But then it's like you kind of Stewart. But then it's kind of like Stewart should have said, the U.S. title open challenge was all in good, but you kept beating those guys. So why does it matter that you lost the U.S. title and you can't have these U.S. title open challenges anymore? I wish you could have said that.
Unless he was defending it, it's not like he's supposed to lose it. At least he was defending it. That's the important part about it.
Yeah.
Every week.
But at least at one point, could have had a younger guy beat him for that and upset him.
Oh yeah, don't you want to read off that Nikki Bella statement you told me last night about her child?
Didn't I tell you that, or you want to see it again?
No, you might as well.
No, well, we'll get to that later on. Then we got a pointless 8-man tag. I don't know why they're doing so many Teddy Long tributes here, but it was Orton, Cesaro, Ziggler, and Ryback defeating Big Show, Kevin Owens, Rusev, and Sheamus. Another pointless 8-man tag. But until the finish, though, where they all gang up on Big Show. I guess they're doing a story now where maybe they're gonna have Big Show retire.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because now they're really embracing the fact that people are chanting "Please retire" to the Big Show, and they're like, and Big Show even said, I think it was last week or a couple weeks on Raw.
No, it's gonna retire.
Where he's like, nobody's gonna retire me. You can't have anybody retire me. But maybe they have a match where Ryback or somebody faces Big Show, and if he loses, he retires.
Get rid of Kane as well, and things will continue to get started.
Yeah, I mean, we shall see.
Oh no! Imagine if this was on Jericho or Stone Cold's podcast, where Stone Cold's like, oh, Big Show, what is one of your regrets while working in this company? Me being asked by Mr. McMahon to team up with Kane to eliminate Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose in the Royal Rumble.
All right, then finally, we get to the apparent unveiling.
The golden statue. So.
Yep, the golden statue of Seth Rollins.
Yeah!
And then we get the usual stick from the Authority. Then Rollins comes out. And about to unveil the curtain until it's Sting.
Which I already saw the rumor, so...
I was surprised. I didn't see anything. As soon as he came up, that was like a perfect surprise for me.
Same.
I was like... And he came up, and then I saw him. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, my God, it's Sting.
Give it. I want this title.
And then we heard... we didn't hear it on Raw, but in an exclusive after Raw... Triple H announced that it will be Rollins versus Sting for the WWE World Heavyweight title. The first time ever that Sting is in a WWE Championship match.
World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, well, still WWE World Title match.
Sting should have won a WrestleMania, but if he's gonna get this title, then fine then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind it. I mean, I don't mind that it's Rollins versus Sting, because we thought it was going to be, they're just going to book Cena again and have him for the world title, but they got Sting in there.
Well,
which
technically, being that he has 2 titles, he has to double...
Double duty.
Yeah, he has to do a double duty, so he has to defend a U.S. title, which they're probably going to give to John Cena. And
yeah, I mean, I guess, Cena has his rematch clause.
Yeah.
So I guess Cena versus Rollins for the U.S. title, which, all right, I don't even care at that point if Cena wins. It's the U.S. belt, so I don't care.
It isn't kind of the same thing about.
Yeah, I don't care if Cena wins the U.S. title back. It's fine. I wouldn't mind that. Cena, 5-time U.S. champion, doesn't bother me.
It would suck if Cena.
Just stay away from the world title picture, please.
It would suck.
For a year.
It would suck. Xena, hey, what about me? And it's now a triple threat match now for the World Heavyweight
They do that.
Sting versus
Why does Sting even want the title?
No, please don't add Cena on there. Just please have it a separate match. Rollins do double duty and defend the U.S. title against Cena at Night of Champions.
With a special stipulation. Each pinfall to Rollins, with each pinfall, that person becomes the next. That's the first pinfall is for the U.S. title, and the next pinfall is for the World Heavyweight Championship, which would be more fair.
For what?
Will be each pinfall. The championship is taken off from Rollins. The first from the United States, and the second one will be World Heavyweight.
Nah, just do the double duty. Rather just do that.
Yeah, and lose both titles and have champions.